Hello, my friends. I am here doing some Q&As with you guys and girls, and I am doing it in natural lighting, trying to show you guys the beautiful snow that we have outside here. Um, I just wanted to get, a shot of me in the camera with the snow that's falling down. It's like a blizzard that's occurring here in Virginia. It's almost 5:30 in the afternoon, January 22nd, 2016, and yeah, I got natural lighting just going on, just like the Revenant movie, which came out recently, which is incredible. It's so hard for me to get the camera to focus on both me and the outside snow, so I hope you can see us. Alright, I'm just going to get right into it here. Um, this first question is incredible. I don't know, I might spend a little bit of time on this, so here we go. This is from the governor. He says, "Do you believe that evil is born or developed?" Well, well, well. So, shout out from the UK. Hello, my friend. Thank you for commenting. Please keep asking questions. All of you, please keep asking questions. Anything that is on your mind, no matter what it is, I will do my best to answer it. Just try to keep it appropriate, right? You know what I mean? And you should use your own common sense, your own capacity of knowledge to know what is appropriate and what is not. If you have other questions that you think might be on the edge, of ethics, go ahead and message me, privately message me, okay? And I will answer it to you in person privately. We don't need to have it on a video. Alright, so, do I believe that evil is born or developed? Well, well, well. In all of science, especially psychology, there is this theory and this argument going between your genetics and your environment, right? Is it your nature or your nurture? Your nature is what you have inside you, your genetics, your genes, the DNA code that you cannot change. You are born with this set of laws, kind of these set of, not laws, but rules, guidelines that your genes want to follow. Then you have your nurture, which is how you are brought up, your upbringing, your environment, your family, your friends, the things around you. And scientists have been going on for decades arguing, not more than decades, a century, arguing whether or not one holds more truth than the other. And I truly believe it's both. I truly believe they are a synergistic relationship, that they are playing off of one another all day, every day. Now, there's a term in science that's called a genetic predisposition that you have. So some people are like predetermined or predisposed to have certain genetic traits that can be expressed. Their genes are called like their genotypes and then phenotypes. The genotype is what is locked into the double helix of your DNA, and then a phenotype is when that actually gets expressed, when that gene turns on, and then it gets expressed through a behavior, through your, the way you look, your skin, your eyes. Those are your phenotypes. Okay, so you have a genetic predisposition to do certain things depending on your parents and their parents' parents and so on and so forth, and how they lived. That's what evolution is, by the way. It's genetic mutation throughout thousands and millions of years. The double helix, everything changes. Things get deleted and some things get copied and carried over. And it goes on and on and on, and that's how we evolve. So, do I believe that evil is born or developed? Are you asking me, do I believe that people are like inherently evil, or do they learn to be evil? No, I do not believe that people are inherently evil. I do not believe that anything is inherently evil, because anything that if something is evil or whatever you would say, that is a nihilistic type of term, a term that likes to destroy things. And if you're a living thing, it goes against your absolute nature. It goes against biology altogether to be nihilistic, to take things away, to try to make chaos out of order, because that would in then turn destroy you, destroy yourself. And that's not what life is. Life is to progress, to keep going, to grow, So I believe it is all learned. I believe it is all about your environment. Now, that isn't to say that there's genetic predispositions, because there are. Some people have, they grow up in a certain environment, and then they have children in that environment, and those kids have those genetics of maybe perhaps engaging in certain behaviors that are unethical, or as some people would call evil. And to specify really quick, evil is just the absence of good. Okay, if you have a good act, evil is just the absence of that act. Just like darkness is the absence of light. You know what I mean? If there's no light there, the only thing that's left is darkness. So I believe that it is mostly your environment that changes who you are. There's a psychologist back in the 1900s. His name was, you guys might have heard of him, John B. Watson. This guy, he was a behavior psychologist, and he said, You give me 12 different children, 12 different infants of any race or any ethnicity, from any environment with any kind of genetic code. He says, you give me them and you put them around with me in the same environment, and I will make each one, no matter, I will make each one of those children grow up to be what I desire. I will make one of them a dentist, one of them a lawyer, one of them a psychologist, one of them a medical doctor. He says, I will teach each one of them to become something. He says this because he believes wholeheartedly that it was your environment that changed who you are, that made you who you are. It wasn't your genetics. And to some degree, I agree with him. I agree that you can take somebody who has bad, quote unquote, or evil genetics or predispositions, and you can change them and you can rearrange them. Why do I believe this? Because I see it in myself and I see it in everyone around me on a daily basis. I see it in animals. They change their behavior according to their environment. You know what I mean? Um, that's the basis of it. Um, you take these animals out of nature. Like look at dogs. Okay, you know what dogs evolved from, my friends? Wolves. Look at a wolf in nature, man. They are vicious. They are incredibly aggressive, because they have to be that way because of their environment. If they're not that way, they're gonna get eaten. They're gonna get killed by something. Well, you know what we did as humans? We took them out of that environment. We put them into our environment, our safe, calm, relaxing environment, and they evolved into dogs. Now look, we have Chihuahuas and these little baby dogs that wouldn't hurt a fly. You know what I mean? Um, we took those genetics, those aggressive genetics, and over time, we changed them. We made them docile. We made them calm. So like I said in the beginning, it is a synergistic relationship. There's a synergy of these things. They're always playing off of one another. So that let's say you grow up in a really active environment. You grow up like on a farm. You grow up doing things active your whole life. Yeah, I would say that you have a better predisposition to becoming athletic than somebody who lives in the city, than somebody who just sits behind a desk all day and that's what their parents did and that's what their grandparents did. Not to say that it couldn't happen. Not to say that if you live in a city, you're doomed to that reality for the rest of your life. No, you can change it. It just might be a little harder for your genes to adapt and to mutate. Get it? So that's what I believe, and that's the research that I've read and that I've studied throughout college, is that it is a both. The answer is not one. It is not about your nature or your nurture. It is about both of them. It kind of goes back to the quote. You guys have all heard it before. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. You know, if someone's talented, they're naturally gifted at something like playing an instrument, and they don't do it, or they're naturally athletic and they don't practice it. Somebody who's not good at that thing and they practice every single day, all day, and they just get better and better, they will succeed that person. They will exceed them and become greater than they will, the person who's naturally talented. But if the person who's naturally talented works hard, oh man, it's game over. It's game over because that person has those genetics already going with them, helping them out. And then they work hard on top of it. It's just the icing on the cake. So that's what I believe. Nobody's inherently evil. Nothing is intrinsically evil. There's intrinsically is like this, the nature of a thing or of an object or of a being. There's nothing that is intrinsically bad on this earth. Nothing in this universe at all. At all. Even forces that we deem to be destructive, like tornadoes and twisters and tsunamis, black holes, um, you know, supernovas, these things that if we were close to, we would just be obliterated by. Just because it destroys us doesn't mean that it's bad for the universe or bad for nature at all. I remember in this one, I don't know if it was I think it was a philosophy course that I took in college, where this professor had a guest speaker come in and we were talking about good versus evil. And he tried to argue. I remember I got in an argument with him about plants and stuff like that, about how I was saying that nothing is evil. And he said, but what about like plants that poison us and that kill us, and animals that can, destroy us with their defense mechanisms and things like this. And I said, just because something is quote unquote evil to humans doesn't mean that it's not beneficial to that organism or that living thing. Just because it has thorns on it that would stab us, or it has razor sharp fangs or poison that paralyzes us and destroys our blood, like snake venom, doesn't mean that it's not good for that animal. It is good for them. We just view it from our perspective, which makes it quote unquote evil. So nothing is truly evil, in my opinion. It is just subjective, given your environment, given your surroundings. Because if you were that snake with the razor sharp fangs and the poison, you would view that poison as a blessing, as a gift from the universe to keep you alive. or these plants that kill us, like poison ivy and things like this, right, that affect our bodies in such negative ways, that is just a defense mechanism that those plants have evolved through millions of years, because they can't move. Plants can't get up and fight you and kill you. No, they have to form some kind of chemical layer on them that will keep them safe from animals and things destroying them and eating them. Just because they're bad for us doesn't mean it's bad for the universe. All right. Josh Down says, I have to say that you are by far my favorite person on YouTube. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. That means so much to me. You have no idea. Thank you for putting out videos so frequently. It's much appreciated. Just out of curiosity, how long have you been growing out your hair for? I have heard that long hair gives a sort of sixth sense, and I have to say that I agree with that completely. What is your opinion on this? So I've been growing out my hair for 4 years now, guys. It has been 4 years to the month, January. So I guess it was, 2012 when I started growing it out. So it has been literally 4 years. In January was when I got my head shaved before I got accepted at Virginia Tech. So ever since that day, haven't cut it, haven't trimmed it, haven't done anything to my hair. I just let it grow. And I remember telling myself after that day that now that I was going to university, I said, you know, they're not going to be able, they can't kick you out for having long hair. So I said, I went to Catholic school my whole life, so I could never have my hair long. And I always loved long hair, and I never knew how long I actually wanted my hair. And I still don't know how long I actually want my hair. I remember telling myself, okay, I'm just going to grow it out until I want to cut it. And that was 4 years ago. I told myself, okay, once it reaches my shoulders, I'll cut my hair. Then I said, once it reaches like my upper chest area, then I'll cut my hair. That'll be too long. And then all this happened. It got to my shoulders, it got to my upper chest, and I was like, no, it's not that, I don't think it's that long. I don't think it's that long. Then I was like, okay, lower chest. Nope, it got there. Then I was like, okay. Upper stomach. When it gets to my stomach, then I'm like, this is too long. Well, guess what, guys? It's like mid-stomach now and like mid-lower back, and I still don't know when I'm going to cut it. I have no desire. I don't think it's too long yet. That's just what it is. It's been 4 years straight. I haven't touched it. So I don't know when I'm going to cut it. And yes, I do believe that it gives you some kind of sixth sense or power or whatever you want to call it. What I will say is, to sum it up, I've never felt more myself, more natural, I guess is a good word, than when I have my long hair. I've never felt more comfort and more alive, just more connected with every single thing around me. It's hard to explain and to put into words, but it makes me feel so good having the long hair, just having it like draped down my chest and down my sides and flowing across my arms and my neck. It just makes me feel connected with everything. It makes me realize that I am part of nature and part of the universe. I don't know how else to explain it to you. I suggest that everybody grow their hair out, whether you're a guy or a girl. I suggest you grow it out as long as you desire, because I think everybody, first of all, I think everybody looks better. I think everyone looks more attractive with long hair. Everyone's cutting their hair and shaving their head nowadays. It really makes me upset. Like, the guys have all their head shaves, and the girls are even doing it too, which is barbaric to me, which is absolutely ugly and does not look attractive at all. These girls with the little short hair like this cut around, it looks terrible to me. You look like men. You look like guys. It is gross. That is my opinion, though. If that's what you like and that's what you enjoy, by all means, do not let my opinion sway you. Do your thing. I am just voicing what I think, what is in my heart and what is in my mind, which is just as valid as what you think and what you believe, okay? Not that one is better than the other. I'm just voicing what I think, and I think that everyone looks better with long hair. And in my opinion, the longer the better. That's just how that goes for me, personally. And I don't know when I'm going to cut it. I could end up cutting it tomorrow if I decide. I could just say, hey, I don't want it anymore, and shave my head. But I don't see that happening. All right, let's see. What do we got? 14 minutes. Okay, I can keep going for a little bit. Oh gosh. Okay, the governor asked me, what lessons has Dragon Ball Z taught me? Well, man, I might have to save that question for another video, because I'm gonna go really in depth with that. Or I could go really in depth with that, but I'll try to keep it short. Because a lot of the lessons carry over between that and a lot of other things in my life, like the other media that I always talk about, like The Legend of Zelda, and like Donnie Darko, things like this. I'll answer that question later, probably on the next one, okay? Bear with me with that. Let's see. Let's see if I can find one more question here before I end it. No, I think that's it. That's all we have right here, except there's a bunch of comments, but no questions. Oh wait, there's one more here. Let's see what this says. Okay, yeah, it's just a comment about that Dragon Ball Z question. All right, guys, I will talk about that in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy the Q&A, and I'm glad that I could finally get the camera to kind of focus. I guess it's because it's a certain amount of light outside. It's actually getting very dark. I hope you can still see the snow there. Let me see. Yeah, I guess you can see it a little bit. I really hope you guys can actually see the snow falling because it just adds a nice energy and nice surrounding environment to the video. And just, it's positive frequencies to me. We're currently getting snowed in, and I hope my power doesn't go out. Pray that my power doesn't go out, guys. I hope you're doing well wherever you are and that your power isn't going out and that you're nice and warm and toasty. Drink some hot chocolate or something, you know, snuggle up by a fire. Stay warm and cozy. And I will see you guys in the next one. I'm going to hopefully be talking, having a Skype session, hopefully, with my friend Game Over Jesse. He's a Zelda fanatic just like me, and his channel's like all about Zelda stuff, so I recommend you go check him out. He's a really awesome guy, really nice guy. So hopefully I'm going to go talk to him right now, and we'll see how that goes. All right, guys, I will see you soon. Thank you so much for the questions. Please keep commenting down below. Please keep asking questions, guys. I know you have more questions to ask. Never let your curiosity be satisfied. Never let my answers be enough. Always ask more and more questions, okay, guys? Never be satisfied in life. Always grasp for more because there's always something more to attain, no matter how much you've already gained. All right? Take care. This is your friendly neighborhood lion. And remember, light up the darkness.